your own storehouse of ignorance. But that condition is not permanent. No, you can do something about it. You can take executive control and decide that your storehouse of ignorance is going to diminish over time steadily. One of the ways you can do that is by agreeing to the Terry Roberts plan of self-development, which is to read one book a week forever, starting now. Yeah, one book a week forever. Every year, you have read 52 books at least. Every year, 52 books. And by the way, there is one thing that you may not have thought about, but if you do read 52 books in 1 year, and if you make certain that those books are all related to one subject, you can become a virtual expert on that subject by reading those 52 books. And if you're that expert, people will pay you to come and share your expertise. So there's an economic advantage. Now that won't be the sole reason you do it. That definitely won't be the only reason you do it. But that's just one of the side benefits. I read all the time. My bedside table is stacked high with books. So high they get knocked over all the time. My wife is always telling me, straighten up your mess. As wives are wont to do. Wives know what to say to you, too, to get compliance. So I straighten it up for a day or two. Then I find a new book. Oh, and I'm excited I add it to the pile. But the idea is to get all that information up here so it's yours. You have it forever. And this was one of the things that I used when I was at Central. So I could deal with all that craziness because it was not the most essential thing. The most essential thing was learning. The schools closed. What did I do? I migrated. I moved. Left Little Rock. I went to Los Angeles. Now, I had relatives in LA, so I had a place to live. And I was not about to miss 1 hour of school. I found school to be that important to me, so off I went and finished high school in LA. Well, since LA was so much better than Little Rock, I persuaded my entire family to move. So in December of 1958, my mom and dad and siblings all moved to LA, so we became Californians. We gave up on Little Rock. Somebody asked me not too long ago, have you ever considered moving back to Little Rock? I said, well, yeah, I thought about it. But I decided, no, I'm not going to do that. I mean, once you leave Little Rock and you've been gone for, say, 2 weeks, there's no real incentive to go rushing back. Oh, no. There's no compulsion whatsoever. Okay, so I'm going to stop rattling on here, and we're going to talk together, because this is the main part. We're going to have dialogue. So, right down here, we have our A students on the front row, and they're going to help out in a minute. And we have all these A students all over the place. You know what? Not only was I looking for brain damage on this young man, but I was looking for brain damage on everybody's face. And I have found nothing to indicate that any of you have faulty brains. All of the brains in this auditorium are healthy, intact, in good shape. Now, by definition, if you have a healthy, intact brain, by definition, that brain is capable of earning A's, right? Absolutely. No question about it. Now, some of you have taken your A brains and used them in the service of earning grades other than A. Amazing. It blows me away that you would do that. But you have. You don't even have to tell me why. I don't even want to know. But all I want you to do is reconsider. I want you to reconsider. I want you to think carefully about how you use your A brain. Okay? Nurture it. Give it what it needs. Give it the vitamins and minerals through reading, through exercise, through mental exercises, to make your brain even more of a learning machine than it is already. So with that preamble, we're going to start the dialogue. Now, how we will work this is you will stand up where you are and speak loudly and assertively from the diaphragm, and so we can hear you. And then I have this to say to the first speaker: your job is so vital. Before you speak, no one will say a word. There will be utter silence. But after you speak, the floodgates will open, because your job is so important that you actually make it possible for other people to speak. Okay?